politicians in this country. Some of them have been accused of using fake documents. Where will the political goodwill to actually change the course that we are seeing now come from?
Thank you so much, Fred. And Fred, when I see these things, two things run through my mind. One, everything starts and ends from the top. Everything rises and falls on leadership. The buck stops with one man, the CEO of the country. If there's no goodwill, whatever things we come and say here, we just talk and move on, and until Kenyans decide enough is enough, there's nothing you're going to do. For example, I was in a meeting, a senior government meeting at Bomas, when the former deputy president told the president, like a joke, and this man talks from his heart. I remember very well. I don't know whether the clip is here. And he turned to the president. I said to the president, if you are serious, he said those words. I remember, I watched the clip the other day. He said, the president, we can buy a stock of the pen clear 10,000. I mean, he was speaking from intelligence. 10,000 who have fake certificates in government. He said it. That was last year, I think, but one. And he said, many people are operating with fake degrees. I have been approached. This is the former deputy president speaking, DP Gachagua. I have been approached. People thought I needed a master's. And he said it like it was a joke. But he wanted to pass a very serious message in a very light moment, right? And he said something. Some of us are seated here. Remember, that was a meeting attended by senior government officials, extremely senior. You know, PSAs, CSAs, head of parastatals, you know, board members, right? See, some of them are seated this side, and some are with you here. That was the former deputy president with the intelligence that he receives. But my question is, what happened? You don't need to go crying, and you are a senior government official. You don't need to go to a function of EACC, join the chorus of people crying. And you're there, what about the people? What about the students? What about that guy who has graduated 5 years ago? What is he going to do? If government is crying that, you know, we have, now what is this trying to mesmerize us that they are going to recover? Why go all the way? If government wants to defraud, if government wants to clear anybody with fake, it takes 2 weeks. Only 2 weeks to clear 10,000. Because they know each other. It's known. Now let me ask you. You are going now to chase people who got employed with fake papers. What happens to the employer? The employer knows the fake people that they employed. Now you are going to target people, ask them to pay money right now. That is what we call, you know, trying to show that you are doing something. Because the employers know the kind of people they have employed using fake certificates. Now, Fred, I used to serve as a member of the Nakuru County Public Service Board, right? In the first county government. And Fred, we couldn't allow anybody. It was our responsibility. Actually, anybody who has allowed fake people to be employed should be the ones who should be put, you know, to jail right now. They should be arrested first. If you are a body, you know, parastatals, anybody who did because you knew what you were doing, it is your responsibility to check. So what did you used to do, Fred? We'd go, take the papers of the people who applied for jobs. It is for us to go and confirm with the universities. We would write letters to universities abroad. If somebody says they studied abroad, go to the Commission for Higher Education, right? Check whether that university is recognized in their country, right? Sometimes we had to send people to go outside there. It was our responsibility. So, and we checked some. There are some who we found with fake, and we stopped it at that point. So anybody, all the 10,000 who are working today in government, okay? The people, first of all, much as they are going to be pursued, let's also pursue the bodies that hired them, because that's where corruption starts. Go for the big fish. Don't begin harassing these other people. Of course, they also knew. They also conspired us to the whole thing. But go. That is how we are going to see. We are going to make progress. Yes. Fred, all this is drama. There's too much drama going on in this country. Too much drama. And why? Because we don't want to respect institutions. Okay. We don't want to respect institutions. And I'm thinking, now this is a trouble. Fred, these 10,000 people, I'm saying 10,000 because that's a figure that was quoted by none other by the former deputy president who has intelligence. These are people in charge of this country. These are people who never went to school. Then you are telling them to respect education. These are people who are making decisions about billions of shillings, about where people are going to get water, get electricity. They sit in senior management positions because definitely they give money They faked, well, of course. They gave money, and then they gave more money for promotions. It's a fake country run by fake people.
We should be asking serious questions about the Public Service Commission, because their sole job is to ensure that whoever is employed into the public service actually meets the criteria for hiring. If we have a body that